Everyone, so Royal Challengers Bangalore has may have just played one of the most important matches of IPL 2026, and somehow the drama did not stop even after the final ball. Between Krunal Pandya's unbelievable composure, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's experience under pressure, Andy Flower losing his cool, and Chennai Super Kings finding a brand new hero, and the playoff race turning absolutely chaotic. This weekend of IPL action gave fans everything. And honestly, the biggest takeaway is that the IPL table now feels like a ticking time bomb, where one result can completely destroy a team's season. Let's start with that insane RCB versus Mumbai Indian clash because this game had everything: pressure, nerves, momentum, swings, emotional reaction, and one massive statement from Bengaluru. RCB walked into the match knowing very well that a win would push them closer to a playoff qualification. But what made this victory special was the way they handled pressure. This was not just about talent, it was about discipline. It was about resisting panic. It was about reading condition better than the opposition and trusting experience when instinct wanted chaos. Krunal Pandya played one of the smartest innings of the season. On a surface where timing the ball was not easy and the pressure kept building every over, Krunal Pandya refused to lose control. He made 73 of 46 balls and never allowed the chase to spiral out of control. What stood out was how calculated he looked. There were moments when the match felt like it could swing towards Mumbai Indians at any second, but Krunal Pandya and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar understood something earlier than everyone else on the field. This was not a pitch for reckless cricket. This was a pitch for calm decision making. Crickbuzz described it as the night disciplined disciple trumped instinct for RCB, and that really captures the entire game perfectly. Bhuvaneshwar's Kumar role in that win cannot be ignored either. The veteran experience showed. While young players often get carried away in tense finishes, Bhuvi looked like a man who had already seen every possible cricket situation before. He absorbed pressure and made the right calls at the right moment. Together with Krunal, he scripted one of the dramatic wins of the season. But then came the moment everyone started talking about after the match. RCB head coach Andy Flower was fined for what the IPL called the use of an audible obscenity during the game against Mumbai Indians. Reports suggested Flower got involved in a heated exchange with the fourth umpire during the tense closing stage of the match. He was fined 15% of his match fee after admitting the offense and accepting the sanction. Now think about what that tells you about the emotional intensity of the game. Andy Flower is not known for unnecessary drama. He is usually calm, measured, and analytical. So for him to visibly lose his temper tells you how massive this game was for RCB. Every run mattered, every decision mattered, every dot ball felt like life or death. Bangalore know they are close to the playoff, but they also know one slip up could change everything. That kind of pressure can break even experienced people. And speaking of pressure, the IPL 2026 qualification race is becoming absolutely wild right now. RCB and Sunrisers Hyderabad are suddenly looking like strong contenders to lock playoff spots, while Delhi Capitals are drifting into must-win territory. The margins are becoming brutally thin. Teams are now entering that phase where net run rate, momentum, injuries, and mental toughness all become equally important. One bad night can destroy weeks of hard work. What makes RCB's current position even more fascinating is that this team finally looks emotionally mature. For years, fans joked about Bangalore collapsing in big moments, but this season feels different. There is patience, there is clarity. They are not just relying on explosive batting anymore, they are finding ways to win ugly matches too. And that is usually what champions team do. Now, while RCB were surviving pressure in one thriller, Chennai Super Kings gave Chepauk one of the loudest night it has witnessed in years. And the story of the match belongs to Urvil Patel. Maybe the most unbelievable part is that he was almost treated like the fall guy earlier in the season. He had been sacrificed to accommodate combinations and new faces, but when CSK desperately needed someone to step up, he exploded onto the stage in spectacular fashion. Playing only his fourth game of the season, Urvil smashed 65 of just 23 balls and completely changed the atmosphere inside Chepauk. Fans could barely believe that they were watching. Sixes kept flying everywhere. Lucknow Super Giants simply had no answers. This was not just cautious batting, this was fearless destruction. This was fearless destruction. And here is why this innings mattered so much. Chennai Super King had not successfully chased a target above 180 in years. Chepauk had become a place where chasing big score felt almost impossible. Questions were growing about whether CSK still had that aura. Then Urvil Patel walks in and suddenly the entire stadium comes alive again. Crickbus called it the moment. The fall guy sent Chepauk into a frenzy, and honestly, that headline feels perfect because cricket fan loves redemption story. What made the innings even more emotional was the context. CSK have struggled for consistency this season. Injuries, team balance, and questions around the future have all created uncertainty. So, when a relatively underused player suddenly delivers a match winning innings under pressure, it feels bigger than just one knock. It feels symbolic, it feels like a reminder that Chennai still know how to produce heroes when it matters. Jamie Overton also played a major role in the victory, and together with Urvil Patel, he helped CSK and painful trends at home. This win gave Chennai their third straight victory and maybe, just maybe, relieved believed inside the dressing room. Now let's talk about one of the most fascinating stories emerging this IPL season, Shivang Kumar. If you're someone who loves underdogs journeys, this story is incredible. Shivang Kumar rise has been built almost entirely on obsession, not hype, not privilege, obsession. The Crickbus piece about him describes someone who completely immersed himself in cricket, someone who stayed committed through failures and setbacks. He's a left arm wrist spinner, a rare skill in itself, and Sunrisers Hyderabad saw something special in him. What makes his journey even more interesting is the way he developed his game. During periods when opportunities disappeared, he did not walk away from cricket emotionally. Instead, he studied the game obsessively. He analyzed technique, bowling plans, match situation. He kept building knowledge even when he was not playing regularly. And now that obsession is paying off on an IPL stage. Shivang made his debut earlier this season for SRH and instantly became one of those players fans wanted to know more about. He represents the type of cricket IPL franchises are increasingly valuing: versatile, intelligent, fearless, and deeply committed to improvement. The craziest thing is that stories like Shivang's are what make the IPL feel bigger than ever. The league is no longer just about superstar name, it's now about hidden talent exploding on the biggest stage. Every season introduces new stories that fans become emotionally invested in. One brilliant performance can completely change a player's life overnight. And while IPL drama dominates headlines, Australia cricket also made quite some interesting moves. Australia handed made up call to players like Jake Peak, Mitch Scott, Hugo Davis for upcoming subcontinent tours. That tells you Australia are already planning for the future and looking for players who can adapt to Asian conditions early in their careers. Subcontinent tours are brutal for inexperienced players because conditions demand patience, technique, and adaptability. Australia clearly want fresh faces ready for those challenges. But coming back to the IPL, what really stands out for all these matches is how emotionally charged this season has become. Coaches are losing their temper, veterans are rescuing teams, youngsters are becoming overnight sensation, the playoff race is tightening, and every stadium now feels like it's hosting knockout cricket. RCB suddenly look dangerous because they are learning how to survive pressure. CSK suddenly look alive because new heroes are emerging. Sunriser Hyderabad are building momentum at the perfect time. Delhi Capitals are hanging by a thread. Mumbai Indians are now staring at a serious questions after another painful death. And through all this chaos, players like Shivang Kumar and Urvil Patel are reminding everyone why the IPL remains the most unpredictable cricket league in the world. One night you are forgotten fall guy, the next night you are the hero who sends Shepok into madness. One moment your coach is screaming at officials in frustration, next moment your team is celebrating a season defining win. That is IPL 2026 right now. Absolute chaos, absolute drama, and honestly, it feels like the best is still yet to come. Thank you for watching. Bye.